Greetings to you and good morning. This is Brother Saleh representing the Zeptepi Institute, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit this morning about what I've learned about our ancestors' spiritual system and culture, because I believe with all my being that that's our duty right now. It's our duty. I believe I have a part, but I think there's a lot of other people that are present right now in that present state of mind know that it is their duty to lay down some tracks in terms of us creating a new mind and new culture, a new society or social order that will be restorative and elevating instead of one that's in decline and degeneration. So I guess I want to start with what was the if I could find one thing that was the central point and of the culture of our ancestors, I would come to the knowledge of self. The knowledge of self is on every banister you look on in the doorways of the temples and everywhere you go. You've seen the message in Egypt: know thyself. And their understanding of self was one that saw themselves as being a unit, a product, a part of the God, and being a being that's in a process of evolution to perform some higher function and to become something higher than currently in the earth. So the society of our ancestors was about elevation, and it was permeated in every level and throughout the society. It was the duty of every, they call themselves civilized person, of every civilized person to drive out what they call esfet and to establish ma'at, and they say as it was in the first time, or zeptepi. That's where the title of our group comes from. It was the duty of every civilized person to drive out this SFET as it was in the first time. But at the center of all this was this understanding of what self was. And the self was something that could be cultivated by practices that they had developed to bring out and to elevate one to the status of being a god or being a deity or being a being that had access to agencies of power and understood how to use them to mold his nation and to elevate the, the experience of the people. So that was what I see as being the thing that really drove the Egyptian or Kemetic society. But at the center of that was something called Heka, and Heka is translated by many people as meaning magic or magical, right? But what they're talking about is the ethers of creation, how the creation is generating the energy that is becoming all being. And they understood the nature of that energy and sought to use it. Now, in the Bible, there's an example, a view of that energy in the concept called the Shekinah glory. And they saw out of the Ark of the Covenant. It said that God told Moses how to build this Ark of the Covenant, and He put in it the law and this serpent, brazen serpent, the symbol of medicine that we have today. What was it? The Nashushtin, that's what it was called, the Nashushtin, this brazen serpent. But all this represented this energy, this force that is the creative agent. Somewhere along the line, they call it the seven Elohims. I mean, it's a lot of pictures and views of it from different angles, but it is this life force that drove their social system and was the very, I guess, objective of cultivation of citizens towards divine. Okay, so let's think about this. What is this force that they're talking about called Heka? I think another way they call it is hike. That's another word that later on the Israelites called the Shekinah. What is this force that we're talking about? Now, I think I'm going to stop here. And when I come back, that's when I'm going to go into a little more about what this Heka or Shekinah, the thing that is at the source of Egyptian culture, is. Thank you for listening.